Hi guys and girls, and on today's video I just want to touch on a subject in regards to low mood, anxiety, feeling unworthy. So I want to start off by saying, I hope you feel better soon, and maybe what I'm going to discuss here now will help you. But I want to say that I'm in no way a mental health expert. I have no training whatsoever, so please listen to your healthcare provider. So what I want to touch on, if you've never tried it before and you've come onto this channel and you're intrigued by, perhaps you've seen the short that I've done, and you've never tried fishing. Now, fishing for me personally has got me out of some real dark times, as well as friends, family, work, and I think a lot of personally what I've gone through, fishing provides a goal. So just the simple art of going out fishing, trying to achieve something, does lift your mood, but also couple that with nature. There's a lot of good advice about being in nature. Obviously, in the modern day world, we've created this concrete jungle, if you like, where, nature perhaps is now second hand, for want of a better term. Fishing, what that will do is get you back to the roots of how we all begun, right? So, being on the bankside, or whether it's a river or lake, being in nature, being one with nature without sounding too perhaps hippie, I feel will, help your mood. I can only go by what I've personally experienced. I fish with both friends and on my own, and you really do tune in. But okay, you're probably saying, should I just go for a walk in nature? Yeah, that does help, right? If you like bird watching, for instance, or, finding certain wildlife, yeah, why not? But I feel that, if you're feeling in such a way, that focus that fishing gives you, right, I want to catch, a certain amount of fish or a certain species of fish, and you've got a goal, I think that then excels that feeling of being in nature. For me personally, might not for you. If you are brand new or you've never tried fishing, you could get bummed out pretty quickly though. So just a word of warning, do some good research. Find out. I don't expect you to go out and buy the latest tackle. I'm someone who's fished for many, many years, and I don't have the latest tackle. I find what works for me and my budget and stick to it. However, that aside, please don't go out and buy a cheap tackle setup, one of them cheap, things you can buy where you've got £20 thick visible line, for instance, and then expect you to go out and catch fish. Fishing is an art. There's a lot to it. It can feel overwhelming, but feel free to subscribe to this channel. There'll be many, many, many upcoming videos about how to the simplest starts in fishing, all the way up to targeting certain species and what I use. But feel free to check out other creators. There's perhaps more professional people. I don't class myself as a professional. I was lucky enough to be tutored by a professional anglers coach at a very young age for many years, then went on to match fishing and then chosen, I'm very grateful to be chosen for my county to fish in junior league matches. Nowadays, my fishing personally is just pleasure fishing with friends and on my own. But I like to target many species. So if there's something that perhaps appeals to you, it will probably end up on this channel. Like I say, many hundreds of videos I'm going to be uploading, hints, tips and tricks, along with my time on the bank. I want to be open and share my knowledge in a very perhaps secret, hobby, where a lot of people will shun away from that. And that's up to them. Kudos to you guys if that's one of you. You want to keep secrets, you want to make sure you're the one catching. I get it, hats off to you, but I want to sort of perhaps unveil what I know to a degree to help you catch more in 2024. But hey, look, if you're feeling down, feeling bummed out, I just want to say, things will get better. Everyone has good and bad days. I get that you might be having more bad days than good. I have been in some real dark places, I can assure you. One thing, not perhaps above all else, because I think a good friendship group, which I'm lucky to have, and other means, like my work is very goal orientated, it's very targeted, and that personally helps me. So I'm not going to help everyone. But I feel being out in nature, just absorbing it, being able to shut out the modern world that we're in, turn your phone off, get back to nature, get behind, you know, by a river or lake. Just that on itself, being able to unwind and block out everything you've got going on in your life and focusing on trying to catch fish. I feel if you've never tried it, give it a whirl. Perhaps go with someone experienced first of all. I wouldn't advise going on your own just because it can feel daunting of even unhooking a fish when you do catch one. Perhaps, you know, I know lakes around me, around my area, sorry, that, you know, has tutors. Perhaps go with someone like that, for instance, first of all, just to see, you know, just get a feel for it. But there'll be plenty of videos coming up. I've got, if you're freshwater fishing, if that's what you want to try, I've got one simple, easy method of fishing that I'm going to upload, which I think you should try before, you know, you go into rod and line. There's one certain piece of equipment that I personally started with, which I think will say yay or nay to whether fishing's for you, and it's cheap and it's easy. So please look out for the video on that. It's a real easy piece of equipment. In, like I say, it will, you know, show you whether it's something that you want to continue with, and you won't have wasted loads and loads of money. So check out for that video and plenty of other beginner videos. I'm going to focus on that to begin with now, just to make sure the fundamentals are there for people that are perhaps not very experienced. And there'll be plenty of upcoming fishing videos as well. So you can have a look and perhaps get a feel for whether, you know, fishing is for you before you even try. There's already a couple of videos on there, so my time, target and bream and barbel. You know, another thing that will help you fishing, especially if you go roving, you know, perhaps you go on a beach spinning for bass and mackerel where you've got to go up and down the beach, or along banks of a river where you're targeting barbel or charb or pike, perch, and you're literally walking up and down. My barbel video, for instance, where I was lucky enough to catch a real good sized fish that day, you know, a lot of that was going up and down a river. I probably walked a good mile, if not a bit more, and that's not even including the car park walk. You know, and I think all that combined really will hopefully help lift your mood. So I want to say, you know, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate you watching and listening to me babble on all this time. I hope you could take perhaps something away from it. If you're an experienced angler and you know that fishing has helped lift your mood, please give me a thumbs up. If you've got any questions about this video or topics about fishing that you're not quite sure of, feel free to comment. I'm going to make it as an interactive channel as possible. You know, this is early days for this channel, but it's going to be going full steam ahead, I'm sure. So once again, I hope you feel better soon. You know, feel free to check out my channel, check out other creators as well for some fantastic advice. And if you go fishing soon, I wish you the very best. Tight lines.